Hello, Internet. Here we are for another Arena Cube draft. And I don't know what I want to take here. I think the strongest card in the pack is probably Annex. But I don't really love drafting red in Cube. I don't know, it's just kind of boring, right? Could also take, like, Nightmare Shepherd's a fun card. Not as strong as Annex. Escape to the Wilds is pretty good. It's a gold card right off the bat. Could take a land. What am I doing? Yeah, I didn't come here to draft mono red. I'll take an Escape to the Wilds and we'll see what we. You know what? Actually, never mind. I'm gonna take Nightmare Shepherd and try to wheel one of those sacrifice cards, maybe. Okay, we got some good cards here. So Felidar Retreat is a fun one. There are some decks that are really good at putting lands into play. There's also Vizier of the Menagerie, which is pretty good. Midnight Reaper in the Sacrifice deck is quite strong. I think I might take that. It's looking like I'm probably going to be drafting the Sacrifice deck. If I'm taking Nightmare Shepherd and then trying to wheel either the Priest or Woe Strider. I'll take Midnight Reaper. This pack's interesting. So, I think the strongest card in the pack is Staggering Insight. Plague Crafter. It's not a great card. It is pretty good with the other cards that I have so far, but it's a pretty weak card in general. And it'll probably wheel. Could take Staggering Insight and pivot into like a blue-white, like Aura deck. I think Staggering Insight is like the best card in that deck. And then I could wheel like Nightveil Sprite or something, but I'm just gonna take the Plague Crafter. Stay on plan with this Sacrifice deck we're looking at here. Elspeth's Nightmare is pretty good. There's also Never to Return, Witch's Oven. Oven's fine. I don't know. It's not even that great in the Sacrifice deck unless you're playing like specifically like Cat. I'm gonna take Elspeth's Nightmare. Pelakka Predation, I guess. It's also like a Zagoth Triome. Could take Hornet Queen. Hornet Queen's kind of cool with Nightmare Shepherd because when the Hornet Queen dies, I get 4 more things. That's kind of fun. Maybe I'll do that. Sure. Recurring or Reassembling Skeleton is very good with Midnight Reaper, pretty good with Plague Crafter. Happy to pick that one up here. There's also a Skittering Surveyor, which is good, but I think the Sacrifice deck wants the Skeleton a little bit more. So if I were drafting that blue-white Auras deck that I was talking about, Curious Obsession is another really, really good card for that, but I'm pretty far away from that at this point, so looking at Acquisitions Expert or Vengeful Rebel. I'll take the Expert. The setup cost is just a little lower on the Expert, and it's pretty good fodder. Pretty good sack fodder. Blood for Bones. It's an additional cost to cast it, sacrifice a creature, return a creature card from your graveyard, battlefield, and then another one from your graveyard to your hand. That's pretty good. Could also play like Heartless Act. Heartless Act is decent, but let's lean into the synergy here and take Blood for Bones and... Yikes. Okay, so someone else took the Priest, which does not bode well for us, but... Well, I mean, we're committed to this plan, I think, so... Take the Woe Strider, take the Mirror. Wow, it's a late Staggering Insight. No one is drafting that deck, I guess. I don't know, I'll take the Rootbound Crag. I'm not playing any of these cards. I could see myself playing Space Godzilla here. It's pretty good with Mirror, because giving that Death Touch, the Death Trigger becomes just Destroy a thing. Yeah, not playing any of these. Wow, that blue-white deck is very open. Dive Down's good in that as well. Probably not playing this Hornet Queen. Ooh. Citadel. Citadel, you say? I mean... There's also a Brain Maggot. Let's take the Citadel. Citadel's a fun card. Temple of Deceit, if I wanted to splash. Unburial Rites could be good. Agonizing Remorse is fine. Liliana, that could be good. I think I'll take Agonizing Remorse. I don't know. I'm not crazy about Liliana unless I'm going really hard into the Reanimator thing, and Agonizing Remorse is just a pretty good, like, solid interactive spell. Null Priest is pretty good. There's also Disfigure. I like Disfigure. I think I'm going to take the Null Priest, though. Being able to reanimate something is nice, and then it also... it gains me some life, and having just a way to buffer my life when I'm playing like Agonizing Remorse, Midnight Reaper, or Bolas' Citadel is pretty strong, so... Ooh, okay. Well, we got some stuff here. So Vraska's Contempt is just a really good removal spell. There's also Phyrexian Obliterator, which if we're this heavy black, theoretically no one else would want the Obliterator. And there's Gutter Bones. Gutter Bones is decent to sacrifice. There's also Mayhem Devil. Ooh. I'm gonna take the Mayhem Devil. I think Mayhem Devil is a really fun card when it works. And it's got a really, really high upside, so Now that I have the Mayhem Devil, I could consider this Grim Initiate. There's also Cruel Reality. That's a 7-drop, though. And there is Stitcher's Supplier. Supplier's pretty good. Fills up my graveyard. I'll take the Supplier. Fiend Artisan's pretty good. Fiend Artisan is a sack outlet. Ooh, Ayara is also really good. Another black card to draw. Another black creature to draw a card. I think I like Fiend Artisan, though. It's going to be pretty big, just stat-wise in our deck, and then it's also can, like, get out of hand pretty quick. It can, like, find my Nightmare Shepherd. Knight's fine. Knight of the Ibum Legion. Well, there's a Kroxa. Kroxa's solid. Could take Brain Maggot. There's also an Evolving Wilds here. I don't hate Evolving Wilds. If I end up splashing red, then Evolving Wilds is pretty good. It's also good with the Mayhem Devil. Yeah, I'll take Evolving Wilds. I don't think I'm playing on Burial Rites, but I don't think I'm playing any of these other cards. And I might play Rites if I end up with a couple of free white sources. Spikefield Hazard, probably not, but it could be a good sideboard card. Wow, the quadruple black card didn't wheel. That's not a good sign for us. Yikes. So someone else took the Phyrexian Obliterator. So, don't like that. Don't like that. Take the Arcfiend. I don't think I've got a lot of things that are a lot of like cycling or discard just yet. That's a card that actually combos with the Liliana. I hadn't thought of that, but that is a nice little combo. Ooh, Judith is nice. I like Judith to combo. I mean, it's just good with all of our sacrifice stuff. There's also a Bastion of Remembrance, which is solid, and a Dusk Legion Zealot, but I'll take the Judith. It's just a really good, sack outlet. Interestingly, the, putting a Death Touch counter on Judith is actually great, because the way it's templated, it says Judith deals 1 damage to any target. So if Judith gets Death Touch, she can just start like mowing down their creatures. I'll take the Blood Crypt here. I'm thinking I'm gonna splash red. I don't want to take anything that's like too heavy red. There's Golos. There's Helm of the Host. I don't think I want to play Dreadhorde Invasion. It's just costs life, and I've already got enough things that cost life. Take like Golos or Icy, Helm of the Host. Helm's a card that can win the game single-handedly, but it's so expensive and clunky. I think I'll just take Icy Manipulator. It's like a slow removal spell. This deck might play a Grey Merchant. I got a decent number of black symbols in the deck. Pretty good with Bolas's Citadel. Whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. That's actually kind of interesting. Opponent loses life, you gain that much life. I'm gonna take the Grey Merchant, but I'm kind of intrigued by the whatever that other card, Exquisite Blood, maybe. Take Murderous Rider. It's just a solid removal spell and creature. Here I'm just gonna take the Dragon Skull Summit. I've got a lot of playables already, so I don't really need this. Like, Thoughtseize is a nice upgrade over Agonizing Remorse, but I think Dragon Skull Summit is a better upgrade over Swamp. Castle Locthwain seems good. There's also Agadeem's Awakening. I like the Castle a little bit better, though, because it's kind of... Castle is actually both a land and a spell later, whereas Agadeem's Awakening can be one or the other, but Castle, like, you can play it as a land early, and then later on, it can just, like, turn into a card drawing engine. Witch's Cauldron. How many sacrifice outlets do I have? Not a ton. Maybe I need this Witch's Cauldron. There's also Bedevil, which is quite nice. Okay, I think I do need the Witch's Cauldron. I just don't have very many ways to sacrifice creatures. I'll take the Dusk Legion Zealot. Guess I'll take Veto, but I don't think I'm playing it. 29 cards. Probably not playing Icy Manipulator. I guess I'll take Active Treason, but I don't think I'm playing it. Exquisite Blood. Sure. Lightning Axe. Tybalt's actually kind of good. I might actually play Tybalt. Tybalt's another good one with Space Godzilla. Or Void Beckoner, as I guess it's actually called. It's weird, like... Huh. Last time in the sideboard, my Space Godzilla changed arts for some reason. I don't know why it's not doing it this time. Okay, how many lands do I have? This is 17 lands. Which is how many I want to play, I think. So, let's look at our deck and see what we want to sacrifice here. Or, cut. Okay, I don't think I need the Arcfiend, because I'm not discarding a ton. I really only have the Space Godzilla that I would be discarding. Could just be like Knight. Knight's pretty good, though. Like, it's not great to sacrifice, but it is just a pretty good card in general. How good is Stitcher's Supplier in our deck? So I've got... I'm going to count up the cards that interact with the graveyard. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards that interact with the graveyard. Kind of 7 if you count the Space Godzilla, although that's kind of double dipping on our Reanimator stuff. Sure, I'll cut the Knight. And cut... How many lands is this? This is 17 lands, I think it said. 17, and how many red sources? 4, 5, 6, 7? It seems like enough red sources. How many black sources? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Okay. Alright, let's hop in the queue here. Got an opponent right away, that's nice. Hand's pretty good. Can Stitcher Supplier on 1, on 3 we can Midnight Reaper or Tybalt. Got a Citadel up at the top of the curve. Ooh, nice. Dusk Legion Zealot as well. There's our Kroxa. I'll like to see that. Dusk Legion Zealot. Draw a card, lose a life. Let's hit our opponent. Oof. Well, it's actually not that bad, because that does fill up our graveyard more for Kroxa. So, I mean... So now our Kroxa's live as soon as we can get up to our double red. No blocks. Did mill several red sources though, so it might be a little bit before we're able to get our Kroxa. I guess I'll play Tybalt. I'm not sure what order is best to play these 3 cards in. They all seem roughly as good as one another on this board. I don't love blocking their Preserver with Mayhem Devil. Oof. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so they got rid of my Kroxa.
My friend is here today.
No attacks. Rashmi, okay. Rashmi's pretty good. Well, Elspeth's Nightmare was a nice draw there. Pretty happy to take out their Rashmi here. Go ahead and make another Dork. I'll go no attacks. Top the card. Whenever another non-human creature enters the battlefield under your control, pay X. When you do, put X+1/+1 counters on it. What other non-humans can they cast with that mana? They don't have enough for Brazen Borrower. Could be Spectral Sailor. Brineborn Cutthroat. Well, I'll just block like this, because if it's Spectral Sailor or Brineborn Cutthroat, then, yeah, okay. So, They get to pump up their Wildborn Preserver, but I get to kill the Sailor with the Devil Trigger, so I don't hate that. Okay. Well, those are pretty good. Shia, Soul of the Wild, and Voracious Great Shark. Well, I will play a Nightmare Shepherd. And I'm not gonna attack. If they have a removal, maybe I could have. I want to make sure I'm able to block the Preserver with my Zealot. It's kind of funny playing Nightmare Shepherd or Midnight Reaper that turn. I get the same effect of having getting to draw a card and lose a life off of my Dusk Legion Zealot dying. This way I just also get a 1/1. Okay. Well, I'm pretty okay with this. Yep. Okay. So I'll check my opponent's graveyard. Well, this is a nice little trick I can do here. So I'm gonna play Plaguecrafter, and I'm gonna sacrifice Plaguecrafter, which brings back Plaguecrafter, and then I can make them sack their Preserver. I guess I'll sacrifice the Tybalt this time. Okay. Shia, sure. I think here I'm just going to play an Acquisitions Expert because I know that I really want them to discard that Great Shark. And I'll play a Reassembling Skeleton. I'll go ahead and hit them for 4 in the air. And if they attack before playing a card, I will block with the Acquisitions Expert to make them discard their last card. Otherwise, I'll probably block with the Reassembling Skeleton and not exile it. So really missing my lands here. If I hit a little bit more lands, then I could have Bolas's Citadel or Mayhem Devil. I've got some good cards stuck in my hand right now. Liliana. Okay, well that'll help me with the good cards I have stuck in my hand. I'll certainly get those out of there. They only have 3 cards in their graveyards. They can't kill the Nightmare Shepherd, which is good for me. I'll pitch the Woe Strider. Pretty okay with that. Alright, I think I want to kill this Liliana now. So I'm gonna play Midnight Reaper. And then I'm gonna attack Liliana like that, I think. They are at 10. So They block one of my things. They go to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they're not quite dead. Yeah, I think I like that.
You only think you've won.
I'll just chump with one of my tokens here if they attack with the Ashaya this turn. Fortunately, I don't think that works out great for them. Yeah. So Ashaya is legendary, so they were going to have to sacrifice one of the two. Okay. What's good versus them? I don't see anything that stands out as being particularly good against them. Do I have anything that is particularly bad against them? Not really. I mean, the Stitcher Supplier is a little awkward against Erebos' Intervention, but it is still trading like 1-for-1. Sure. Alright. Well, this hand's good. Got a Witch's Cauldron into Perilous Mirror, into hopefully Midnight Reaper. It'd be really nice if I could get the Reaper on board before I sack the Mirror. And Witch's Cauldron's very good with Tibalt. Okay, opponent passes. I'm going to play the Midnight Reaper here in case they have the Wildborn Preserver. So that I can draw a card if they aren't flashing it in to block. Okay, they do have the Preserver, decided not to block. Yeah, that's probably what I would do as well. Atris, okay. 3 cards, puts them in a face-down pile and a face-up pile. One in your hand, the other in the graveyard. Okay, so which of these lands is the best for them? Probably the Castle Garenbrig. 2 lands face up, 1 land face down. Sure. Okay. I do not want to block here, because Midnight Reaper is quite strong for me alive. I will go ahead and activate this Witch's Cauldron now while they're tapped out, so I know I can kill the Wildborn Preserver. Draw a card and lose a life off the Reaper, draw a card off the Cauldron. No attacks. I'm liking my position pretty well. Still missing that red land. I don't want to block here. Oh, and I can't, because it has Menace, so I didn't want to block anyways. Reassembling Skeleton, okay. Skelly's pretty good here. I don't love Murderous Ridering the Atris. I kind of want to wait for a better threat to do that, so I'm just going to play Reassembling Skeleton and pass. and plan on sacrificing it at the end of the turn to the Cauldron, unless they play something I really want to Murderous Rider. Yep. Okay, take 3. Sack the skeleton. Okay, Plaguecrafter's pretty good. So here I can play Mountain. So my opponent has Return that can get my Reassembling Skeleton, but I just, like, don't know how much I care about that. Just trying to figure out what the play is here. So I'm definitely Plaguecraftering. I'm just trying to figure out what else I'm doing. Okay. Okay, so I'm actually going to start with Plaguecrafter, because I think they might have Great Shark. And if they cast Great Shark, then I would really like to Murderous Rider it. Oh, dang it, I didn't hold full control in time. I just realized I could have Witch's Cauldroned this, but that's fine. Whatever. I guess here I'll just cast Tybalt and minus.
You should be flattered I decided to torture you. I adore you.
Okay, Castle of Vantress Scry. Pretty okay with that. Yep. That is just fine. My thought in playing the Tybalt is that I just want to try to build out my board a little bit to get some blockers so that when I play this Bolas's Citadel, I don't just die. And I didn't play the Citadel that turn because if I had a land on top, it would have just done straight up nothing, which is not ideal. Sure. Yep. Return there. Okay, now I'm going to hold full control. I'm going to go ahead and Kroxa. And I'll sack it to the Cauldron. Okay. Discard. Make a thing.
My assistants are painfully slow.
Play a land. And I guess I can just Murderous Rider the Dryad. Yeah, that's fine. The zombie doesn't have great attacks. Ronus is pretty good. Give a thing +2/+0 and trample. Yeah. It's like they're trying to decide if they want to attack with the zombie this turn and pump it up, or if they would rather wait till next turn. Attacking Tybalt. Well, I'll block. I'm pretty okay trading a devil for a zombie here. And I don't really care if this Tybalt dies. Tybalt is not important to my game plan.
Fine then.
Go ahead and shoot the zombie. Okay. Thinking now might be the time for Bolas's Citadel. Yeah, all Bolas's Citadel this turn. Okay, that's an Evolving Wilds. Woestrider's pretty good. I'll play the Dusk Legion Zealot. Oh, actually kind of wanted to draw that Judith. That's okay. Okay. So I could scry with the Woestrider to keep going, but it just doesn't do that much for me. So I guess I'll crack the Evolving Wilds for a red. Okay, well, I definitely don't want that one, at least not yet. It'll be pretty good on Judith eventually, but right this moment it does not do much. Okay. They're pumping it up so that they can attack. Sure. I'll just block with the goat token. Not even going to worry about sacking it, because I know I would scry top. Okay. Oh, let's play the Dragon Skull Summit. So I'm going to play Judith. And then I'm going to cycle Space Godzilla onto my Judith. Put a Death Touch counter there. And then, let's see, I will play, do I play Mayhem Devil, or do I sack to Witch's Cauldron? I guess I'll play Mayhem Devil. I can use Woestrider to sacrifice a Dusk. Oh, they've had enough. Okay. Alright. Well, that was a fun game. Got to see our deck doing its thing there. Okay, here we are for round 2. Looking at this hand. Yeah, this hand seems fine. Probably going to save the Evolving Wilds so that I can find another red if I need to, so that I have double red for Kroxa. I think I'm going to lead on, probably Null Priest, just to try to gain a little bit of life. But it might depend on what my opponent does. Ooh. Well, now that I drew that, I kind of like leading on the Fiend Artisan. So, next turn I'll play Tybalt, make a thing, and then I can sack the thing I make to go get a Midnight Reaper, probably. Tybalt minus attack for 1. So next turn I can go get a Midnight Reaper with the Fiend Artisan, which I think is gonna be the play. Oh, well, maybe I just want to Plague Crafter now, because they've got a pretty good target. Yeah, I think I just like Plague Crafting to sacrifice Here, I will make another devil.
My friend is
And I will Plague Crafter, sack the devil. Actually, sack Tybalt, because now it's down to 1 loyalty. Play the Evolving Wilds. And I'll get in for 2. If they have like a Spectral Sailor or something, they can flash it in and trade it for this Fiend Artisan, that's fine. And I'll just get a black end of turn. Get my triple black for Bolas's Citadel now that I have my second mountain. So now I'm probably, I guess it'll depend what they do, but I might be getting a, might be getting my Nightmare Shepherd with Fiend Artisan. Rejuvenator, I don't mind that, because that I can kill with a Devil Death Trigger. Okay, we'll go X4. Sacrifice a Devil. Devil shoots Rejuvenator. And I'll go ahead and get a Fiend Artisan. Or sorry, a Nightmare Shepherd, I think. Let me just double check. I could also get Judith, but I think I like Nightmare Shepherd first. Judith lets me get in for a little bit more damage right now. Yeah, I'll do the Nightmare Shepherd, and that way I have a removal spell on board next turn. By sacrificing the Plague Crafter to the Fiend Artisan, I can make a Plague Crafter copy with the Nightmare Shepherd to kill whatever they play. Electro Dominance. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty good play. I think, given that, I'm going to Agonizing Remorse them. Yep, definitely taking the Tendershoot Dryad here. Don't really care about that Brushfire Elemental at all. Now I'll go ahead and Murderous Rider to destroy the Dryad. And my opponent's in a bit of trouble here. They're down to 5. I can kick my Null Priest to get back. Oh, wait, they're at 5? Never mind. Okay, I just Grey Merchant and win. Oh, except they've got a food that they can sack. Well. Okay. What did I see? I don't really have a huge sideboard here anyways. I guess I don't even know what I would be bringing in. I guess if I saw a bunch of, like, really big dorky threats that Icy Manipulator answers, I could do that. Or if I just saw a ton of 1 toughness things, I could Spikefield. Maybe I should just be playing Spikefield Hazard. Could just cut him out for a Spikefield Hazard. I kind of don't hate that, actually. Like, it might just be able to nab, like, an Elvish Rejuvenator or a Llanowar Elf or something like that on a turn when that could matter. Hand's not great, but it's acceptable. Actually, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I do have red with the Evolving Wilds, and I've got a decent curve here. It's a little unexciting, but it's got the... Having a good curve is valuable. Robber of the Rich. Yeah, okay, that's a good card. Oh, I'm gonna get to play the Stitcher Supplier too. Yeah. Well, Elspeth's Nightmare will be good against Robber of the Rich. I will take the one card that they revealed. That's kind of funny templating that it makes me choose. Yikes.
I'm crazy. Wait till you see my mates.
Oh, that's actually really good against me because I have Elspeth's Nightmare. Huh. So, I could Murderous Rider to kill the Domri. What are the cards they have on this? Okay. I kind of like that. I mean, it's not ideal, but, like, this way our Elspeth's Nightmare still hits the Robber of the Rich. Opponent's got kind of a bizarre deck. You don't usually play Robber of the Rich and Domri alongside Hornet Queen. I guess Domri and Hornet Queen's kind of cute together. It makes them all 2/1s, but they are just kind of fundamentally at odds with, like, different game plans. It's play Elspeth's Nightmare. Kill the Robber of the Rich. Play the Evolving Wilds. Say go. Opponent is on 5 mana. Dryad, okay. Fine with that. And a Song of Freyalise. Okay. Sack this. I'll go get a black, because I already have double red here. Got a Thrashing Brontodon in hand. Well, I think I'll take that. That seems pretty good. Yeah, I'll take that now, because otherwise they could, like, blow up my Witch's Cauldron. Play a land, Murderous Rider. Okay, they exile their graveyard. I get to play Nightmare Shepherd. Play a land. I'll go ahead and attack. Just gains me a couple of life. Sure. I don't know how these triggers work. I'm gonna see. I think if I stack these triggers, I can sacrifice this Murderous Rider and exile it before. Okay, yeah, I'll resolve that one. Because I would like a 1/1. Yes, please. Thank you. Okay. Cool. Reassembling Skeleton. That seems pretty good. Guess... Guess I'll wait on the Mayhem Devil. I am going to play my land, though, now that I'm, like, drawing two cards per turn. And I've got this Reassembling Skeleton. I think I want as many lands as I can get in play. Okay, yep, Brushfire. That's unfortunately not very good against our Mayhem Devil. Okay, so we'll go to blocks. Can't block that one. So we'll sacrifice the Reassembling Skeleton. Submit. We're going to decide not to. You may exile it. Okay, resolve. Decline. Resolve. Okay. Has to damage. Get back the skeleton. Okay. There's a Mayhem Devil. We'll go to combat. Hit with that thing. Just go ahead and kill the Brushfire Elemental now. Decline. Draw a card. Rebuy the Reassembling Skeleton. Shoot their face with the Mayhem Devil. The fact that it does it whenever any player sacrifices a permanent feels just so unnecessary. This card is so good. Okay, so now I can Tibalt. Play a land. Okay, they've had enough. I was gonna put a counter on the Mayhem Devil with Space Godzilla, but they scooped first. Okay, well, let's go ahead and run it back here. Okay, here we are for round 3. Yeah, I don't think I can keep that hand. Okay, this hand's much better. Definitely keeping, just trying to decide what I'm putting back. Judith is very good with Tibalt. I'm on the play. It's probably Elspeth's Nightmare that I'm putting back. It's a good card, but I think I don't want to put back Judith or Tibalt, especially because they're so good together, and I don't think I want to put back my 2-drop and keep 3/3 drops. That just seems like I'm keeping cards that I'm never going to be able to cast, so... So what would I like to draw? Space Godzilla would be good. Any of my sack outlets would be nice. Witch's Cauldron would be very strong. Wouldn't mind getting a Nightmare Shepherd, I guess. That's a good... be a good top-end card. Give a little assurance for my... insurance for my Judith. I'll play Reassembling Skeleton. It's just a little more efficient on my mana. I'll probably be able to play, like, Judith on one turn, and then the next turn, like, Tibalt plus Stitcher Supplier or something. Sure, I'll play Judith and get in there with my skeleton. Wouldn't have minded a Priest of the Forgotten Gods in this deck. That would have been a nice one for us. Looks like our opponent is playing a very similar deck. They've got black, red, white so far. Let's lead on Stitcher Supplier. Okay. Tybalt.
I would be honored.
Make a thingy. And I'll get in with both of these. And our opponent's in a bit of a pickle here. Because if they make us sacrifice a creature, we just sacrifice the devil, and then... Oh, wait. Actually, this is non-tokens. That doesn't work the way I want it to. I don't get to double ping. But... I can stack Stitcher Supplier. Look for the, my Kroxa. Oh. They've got a Kroxa of their own. Okay. Okay, well, I will... Actually, I probably just sack Reassembling Skeleton, right? Yeah. Forgot I had the skeleton. So we're probably going to get back and replay Gutterbones. Bastion. Okay, Bastion's good. Well, there's our Kroxa.
I adore arts.
So... I'll just get in with the team here. Okay. Just gonna shoot my opponent. Yep. Graveyard back. I'll play the Kroxa. Now my opponent's in a bit of a tricky spot, because if they make me sack, now I actually will sacrifice the Stitcher Supplier so that I'll have enough cards in my yard to Kroxa. Oh, I forgot that well, that was silly. I could have killed the Priest if I had shot the first one at it. I forgot that that Kroxa was going to give me another trigger. So, could have killed the Priest. But Priest isn't doing a ton for them. Yep. I will sacrifice the Stitcher Supplier here. Shoot my opponent. Mail 3. This Tybalt's been pretty good, shutting down that Bastion of Remembrance. Okay. Well, I think my opponent's pretty much just dead here. Let's go to combat. Attack with both. It's actually kind of funny. I would rather my Kroxa sacrifice here. Oh wait, hold on. I can. Here we go. Here we go. I don't have to do that. I can actually get back the Woe Strider. Yeah. Okay. Sure. And then I can sacrifice the reassembling skeleton to Judith. And that way I get the last trigger. Okay. Alright. Looking at our sideboard here. Arcfiend's kind of cute tech against an opposing Kroxa. I think that's a little too cute. I don't think that's actually that good. Yeah, I'll just run it back how it is. Okay, and we're back. Our opponent took a couple minutes sideboarding there, so I edited that out. Yeah, this hand seems pretty good. Can Supplier on one. Let's hit a Kroxa, come on. Okay, no Kroxa. On turn 2, we can Agonizing Remorse. Debating about between this Gray Merchant and just a land. I'll pitch the Gray Merchant. Okay, what are we taking here? Judith is pretty good. Probably Judith. Bastion and Rights are also both good. Actually, you know, I don't want to take the Judith because Judith... if they play Judith next turn, then I can just Elspeth's Nightmare, and I'm pretty happy with that, so... I think maybe I take the Bastion. Yeah, I'll do that. Do no attacks. Okay. I think I will block, because if I hit Kroxa or Woe Strider, it's very good for me, and I'm like almost out of gas. Yeah. Alright, Woe Strider's good. So I'll go ahead and Elspeth's Nightmare. Oh. Yeah. This is a little awkward because the second mode on Elspeth's Nightmare is a little less likely to hit, but I just wanted to make sure I could... Guess I could have taken the rights. But then if they play Bastion, I'm in a bad spot. They'll probably rights now to play around mode 2. Yeah. Gutter Bones, okay. Well, I do not need more lands, that's for sure. Spikefield Hazard me, sure. Okay, they have a Null Priest and a Grey Merchant. Those are both pretty good. Those are both pretty good. The Null Priest is not going to be that good because I get to exile their graveyard first. They won't get to get back the Judith with it. Play the castle, play out Woe Strider.
I'll just go torture someone else.
Trying to decide if end of turn, if I just scry to try to hit some action. Oh, they have a land. Okay. I see. Well, in that case, I'll block like that and scry. Nightmare Shepherd's pretty good. I'll keep that. Okay, so they're hanging on to the Null Priest to try to get back their Grey Merchant. I got a Nightmare Shepherd. Let's just go ahead and hit them for a bunch. And I think I just let them hit me for 2 with this Grey Merchant, such that I'm not allowing them to rebuy it with the Null Priest. And if they want to keep holding the Null Priest indefinitely, I'm also just fine with that. What I like to draw here, Rankle's good. Yeah. Well, that one I will block. Turn. Okay. Yeah, Murderous Rider's not bad. I don't know exactly what I'm doing with it just yet. I'll probably hold it for now. I'm just gonna pass, no attacks. So they can Null Priest to get back a Rankle. Feed the Swarm. Would I rather scry or have my opponent lose 4? I think I want my opponent to lose 4 more than I want to scry 1. That's okay. Yep. Okay, I'll draw a card with Castle Lochthwain. Take 3. Ow. My turn. Oof, Plague Crafter. Gosh, that would have been good. That would have been good with my Nightmare Shepherd out. Just trying to decide if it's even worth playing. What does it even really do? Okay, this is actually kind of cute. So, I'm gonna Plague Crafter, and then they'll probably sack their Grey Merchant, and then use the Null Priest to get back Grey Merchant, but then I can just Murderous Rider kill the Grey Merchant with the trigger on the stack, and they'll only drain me for 2. Yeah. I guess this plan doesn't work if they draw something that costs like 1. Okay, they decided not to do that. Alright. It's fine. Just go no attacks. Oh, right, because they still think Rankle's good. Yeah, forgot about that. They're probably planning on getting back Rankle. I am in a bit of a precarious spot. Like, I will be down to like 3 life here. Okay. Sure. Do I sacrifice this Plague Crafter? Thing is, if I don't have an answer to the Rankle. I'll take the hit this turn. No blocks. Yes, Bolas's Citadel. What a great card in this situation that I am in. Play the Woe Strider. Yep. Play the land. No attacks. End turn. Okay, so they're kicking the Null Priest now, going for the win with Rankle, it looks like. Alright, I'll let them go to attackers. Okay, now I'll go ahead and kill the Rankle. I go down to 1. My turn. We're fine, we're fine. So I could play Bolas's Citadel to play lands off the top of my deck. I'm definitely playing Murderous Rider, that's for sure happening. Bolas's Citadel when I'm at 1 is, Could also just play a reassembling skeleton. That's probably just better. Yeah, I'll play Murderous Rider, and I'll play Reassembling Skeleton, and that way I can scry with the Low Strider by sacking the skeleton. I can get a couple of scries. No attacks. End turn. Would really love to gain some life here. Blood for Bones would be a good draw. Yikes. Okay, well, I need an answer for that, like, immediately. Alright, so let's sack the skeleton. Hey, look, Blood for Bones. Okay. Well, that's a very good draw. My turn. Okay, so what am I doing here? Turn a creature card from my graveyard to the battlefield, then another creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, so I'm gonna Blood for Bones. Pay 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sacrifice a goat, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I'll sack a goat. So I've got 5 up, right? Just want to confirm. 5 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Okay, so this one's going to go to the battlefield. So I'm going to put the Nightmare Shepherd to the battlefield. Wait. Submit Nightmare Shepherd to battlefield. Grey Merchant to hand. And then play Grey Merchant. Drain you for 9. Whew, okay. Go to combat. Guess I can attack now. Hit them with the Woe Strider. The Plague Crafter. I kind of want them to block the Plague Crafter because then I can just get it back with the Nightmare Shepherd. Okay, go to damage. Take action. I will sacrifice my reassembling skeleton. And no, I will not. Oh, crud! I could have... Oops. I could have sacrificed the Grey Merchant and just won on the spot. Oh, I still can. Okay. Cool. Alright. It all worked out. Well, those are some fun matches. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.